Indian Institute of Science is a public university for scientific research and higher education located in Bangalore, India. After an accidental meeting between Jamshedji Tata and Swami Vivekanand in 1893, being impressed by Vivekanand's vision, Tata ventured his dream towards establishing an institute with global repute.
Now, we'll take a watchful tour to the Biomaterials Lab in Materials Research Center, Indian Institute of Science, Bangalore.
Hi, this is Atashi, and I will introduce you with a charming research group.
The study of biomaterials, which are materials engineered to interact with biological systems, is called biomaterials science or engineering. Though the field is comparatively new, it has seen an exponential growth in the last 2 decades, with researchers from engineering, medicine, and science disciplines contributing to its growth. Its applications in healthcare and its societal relevance has made it one of the most vital areas of research across the globe.
We need engineers, we need biologists, we need chemists, we need metallurgists, we need translational people, clinicians involved. Ultimately, it's the clinicians that are going to use these whatever we design. So it's a highly interdisciplinary area. Engineers like to solve problems. There's a problem they need to solve, and if they understand the engineering question in the biology, they will be interested in biology. There's huge amount of intellectual capability in India in several institutes over here. There are challenges, but there are challenges elsewhere in the world as well. In the space of regulatory challenges, how do we take it to them, and how do we cohesively work together to address the question? So it's interdisciplinarity is one, working with clinicians and making them more involved in our research is another challenge. But those challenges can be easily overcome once there's an understanding that there is a common solution, or we can work together in the common solution itself.
The research theme that we are pursuing in our group over last 1 decade or so is the field of biomaterial science and biomedical engineering. So I have started pursuing this research field when I was earlier at IIT Kanpur. At IIT Kanpur, the theme was more on the development of new biomaterials, particularly ceramic based biomaterials like hydroxyapatite based biomaterials and so on, which is essentially used for bone regeneration and bone replacement applications. So our focus was then more towards using novel fabrication technique, for example using spark plasma sintering to develop hydroxyapatite based multifunctional biomaterials. So I must emphasize that our research group focuses on 2 aspects of biomaterial science and biomedical engineering. One aspect was to develop scientific understanding as how cell material interaction can be modulated via electric field or magnetic field stimulation, and second concept is to adopt some of the advanced or conventional manufacturing techniques to develop patient specific implants for orthopedic applications or dental applications, or in general for human musculoskeletal systems. And somewhere down 2006 onwards, we have moved to field of biomaterials. Again, the field of biomaterials was quite new to me. So I have changed my track once from metallurgy to ceramics during my doctoral study, and then again at IIT Kanpur from engineering ceramics to biomaterials. So I love taking risk in my life.
Hi everyone, this is Dr. Shivaranjani, prosthodontist from the Faculty of Dental Sciences, MS Ramya University of Applied Science. I am presently doing my Wellcome Trust DBT India Research Training Fellowship for Clinicians. I've been working with Professor Basu for the past 1.5 years, and I'm working on zirconia toughened mica glass ceramic, how they could be used for dental restorations.
The use of dental implants has revolutionized the way
we do rehabilitation of missing teeth and facial structures. So as clinicians, we are looking to have research happening in the direction of faster and more reliable osseointegration, better antibacterial properties in terms of the material such that we can reduce peri-implant maintenance for the patient, and if possible, customize implants for patients who have non-ideal situations.
Hi, Sumanta here. I am working on 3D powder printing of biomedical implants and scaffolds. Additive manufacturing brought a paradigm shift in biomedical engineering due to its ability to produce patient-specific implants and scaffolds.
Porosity and pore size of the biomaterial plays a vital role in bone formation. People working on the bone regeneration use this picnometer instrument to measure the porosity of biomaterial scaffold.
Hydrophilicity of biomaterial plays a crucial role when this implant is implanted in body environment. Let me to introduce this contact angle goniometer, where essentially used to measure this contact angle of distilled water on biomaterial surface.
One such word is in vitro, which means the experiment which are conducted with the help of test tube.
I am working on cell culture and we are putting different kind of biophysical tools. One is electrical, magnetic, and the other is the shear. At the same time, we have developed lab-on-chip device where we have to embed electrodes and a central cell loading channel. To do that, we have to first fill the channel with the cell suspension very carefully so that no bubble will be trapped inside. The cells which are kept inside the incubator should get connected with the external DC source to see the effect of the electric field. This pump precisely inject the media to these channels, and the cells which are growing inside the channels get the effect of the shear.
Further research is currently underway, but it is clear to us the electric and magnetic field stimulation has potential applications in the biomedical field.
Most of us are familiar with the terms proteins and genes. So genes, as you know, are the functional segments of DNA which are responsible for the synthesis of specific proteins. So proteins can be quantified by simple colorimetric assays, but for the quantification of gene and the expression levels of genes, we need to use this technique called PCR.
For many of the applications where scaffolds are used, just the knowledge of porosity is not sufficient. It is also more important to know scaffold pore architecture and interconnectivity in 3 dimensions. Microcomputed tomography is an excellent technique that can achieve this without compromising the scaffold integrity.
We have the microcomputed tomography facility, but with a more versatility and more resolution suitable for scientific application.
So as part of the COE, my key role is developing some polymer composites for acetubular socket joint, and what we are planning to do here is we are modifying the surface chemistry of carbonaceous nanoparticles, mainly graphene and CNTs, and we are developing some composites with high density polyethylene and ultra high polyethylene to make some composites which are ultra tough and stiff and which can go in very well with acetubular socket joints.
So in our lab we have developed this acetubular socket for hip implant. So this is made up of HDP and hydroxyapatite alumina.
And it was heartening to see that Professor Basu and his colleagues have been working on these materials right here in this lab. Secondly, the problems that we've had with the large head metal on metal resurfacings in terms of metal toxicity for the younger patients, again, this needs to be replaced with a smarter material, possibly ceramic. And that's what Dr. Basu's lab is focusing on as well.
So what is this finite element analysis or AFEM?
It is especially useful when we are going for watching the mechanical behavior.
Last 35 years, and I'm actively involved in joint replacement surgeries for all these years. In my experience of doing joint replacement surgeries, I've always felt the need for a new material for articulating surfaces of the hip and knee, which can overcome the current problem of early wear resulting in osteolysis and destruction of bone, requiring a second operation of revision for the patient. In fact, with the material that he had developed, we have created an acetabular socket for use in joint replacement.
Biomedical industry in India is still emerging. As our economy is opening up and getting strengthened, that many more industries, even from abroad, are going to come to India.
While biomaterials remain the central theme of research in my group over more than last 1 decade or so, more than 4 years ago, we started entering into another new interdisciplinary area, and that is solar energy.
Solar energy technology is the technology for future. It's an evergreen technology to meet the world energy crisis. Concentrating solar power technology is an emerging technology which can convert the enormous amount of solar energy into heat or electricity. We have developed a tungsten aluminum nitride, tungsten aluminum oxynitride and Al2O3 based multi-layer solar selective absorber coating on stainless steel substrate. We have deposited the coating on stainless steel substrate. This coating has a very high absorbance of 0.958 and a low emittance of 0.08.
Professor Bikramjit Basu is known for his excellent behavior and traits with students. My internship at ISC Bangalore was one of the most memorable part of my life.